My name is Bongani Mia. Okay. Uh, I'm just basically making a response. A response. I hope it will be quick. In response to the 100 days of, say, slaughter or genocide against Palestinians in Israel. I've just watched the video, and I must say it is very horrifying. It is very painful. It is very sad, and yeah, it's sad. So it becomes very difficult to actually say anything much when you see graphic scenes like that, and naturally I'm like, we've got to have empathy as human beings. It's not very nice to see people dying, honestly, but I'm in a society which has what partial sympathy, if I can put it that way, because you see the people who are crying for Palestinians, and a lot of people who are sharing these graphic videos are ANC people. Now, brothers, it doesn't go far to expose the hypocrisy, because right now I'm an engineer. You can look at me. See, I'm staying in my parents' backyard room, so I'm just one of many who are black graduates who are unemployed. My sin is that I'm not ANC, so the ANC does not employ us, or if they find that or if they employ you, at least to keep your job, you just need to toe their line. So the ANC is starving black South Africans. The ANC has opened our borders, and we are dying black South Africans. We sitting with a situation which far exceeds these graphic videos of Palestinians who are dying. In South Africa, 20,000 deaths are or rather 20,000 murders of black South Africans. There is no white genocide. Don't listen to Bure. They've got their own agenda. I think it has its own time to address. I don't want to focus on the deception called white genocide. The genocide is against black South Africans, indigenous black South Africans, and it mainly targets Zulu people. All right, so that's just the actual genocide there is. It is silent, it is lethal, it has decimated families, it has AIDS in it, it has many diseases. I'm like, it is your brain which can understand an AIDS virus that is predominant on the Zulu nation alone, as if other people don't have sex. So those are not things that are for my brain to absorb. I don't understand such viruses. That is why I couldn't understand the COVID virus as well, because it skipped China basically, because for the first 2 weeks in China, the virus should have spread throughout China, but no, it stayed in Wuhan, and then it took the first flight to Italy. I don't understand such viruses. They are too human to be true. So AIDS, that's a genocide. Anyway, so now it is targeting Zulus the most, because Arabs, whites, and them, they know that if you want to take South Africa, you've got to actually target the head. The head is the Zulu. The other nations are weak, and actually they are easy to use against their own blacks. Unfortunately, even among Zulus, there's many Zulus who are enjoying their own Zulu people suffering. They go far in even bringing foreigners to take over the businesses of their fellow Zulus. It's some funny things. Some funny thing, but that's what happens. So basically, there's a genocide against Black South Africa. There's a genocide especially against Zulus, and then from 1994 to date, 700,000 Black South Africans have died. They have been murdered. We're not talking about 8 deaths, where almost every family has lost a family member. So that is millions. So therefore, like if you're looking just at the murder rate of South Africans, it is at 700,000, and it's a non-issue. You've never seen international media houses running to the streets to speak genocide against black South Africans. Basically, the genocide of blacks is a non-issue. You see, we're watching so-called Palestinians. I've got my reasons why I'm calling them so-called Palestinians. All right, and I'm not being empathetic to the horrors that we're seeing, but I'm saying we have to actually treat people, all people, the same, because if we're going to have partial sympathy, Bongani, have got a problem. It's something similar to the George Floyd saga, where we are supposed to cry for some black American whose cases we do not know why, what happened, and so forth. Even why did it have to be so accurate that his death had to be videoized? You know, some things feel staged to provoke situations as they be, but let's leave that to Americans. But for me, in any case, whether it was staged or not staged, that's another story. But at the end of the day, in Africa, blacks die in black hands by far. So I don't have the the situation where I cry the loudest because a black has been killed by a white person. Murder is murder, whether it's done by a white or a black. I'm not saying there's no white racism. Whites are full of racism, I know, but I'm not gonna allow that to then make me partially cry for certain people. When wrong is wrong, wrong is wrong. Whoever does it, whilst admitting there's racism as well. So at the end of the day, the very ZANU-PF which was crying for George Floyd had murdered horribly, not like the wonderful, or rather, I'm sorry, I'm going to sound horrible when I'm saying wonderful. I'm saying in comparison to how other deaths, George Floyd's deaths is easy and less painful and not horrible than the butchering of blacks by black police and black so-called liberation movements. George Floyd did not get burnt to death by blacks. You see, so the crying blacks for Palestinians are the blacks who used to burn us alive. You see, so these are things I do not understand. Okay, have people now been trained as to when do they cry? Because when they're dancing on charring black bodies as blacks, they were not crying, they were celebrating. So they're showing us videos of Jewish soldiers. I'm not saying they're correct by celebrating. I don't know. I will leave it with God. But anyway, Jewish soldiers are celebrating. Okay? Switching on bombs which are killing babies and the likes. All right. But that's exactly what liberation movements in Asia, in Americas, in Africa have always done. They've always celebrated. It's just that there were no cell phones then. But for the few moments that the TV cameras were there, we did see people celebrating Makis Kosana's burning to death. It's women who are dancing, their children, they are celebrating the burning body of a human being. I mean, I've never had guts to watch even a person being beaten up by majorities. And people who beat up people, like they say that these are criminals, and then they strip naked and walk them around the streets of Soweto. Those people who do those things are ANC people who actually used to kill people horribly, black people. There is no single moment where I saw the ANC banning a white person. I think the ANC was fighting with whites, but I never saw the ANC banning a white man. I saw the ANC banning hundreds of IFP people, of black councillors, kinis in Eitenach and the likes. I saw them celebrating those deaths. So I have a problem. When do you cry? You see, hello, Mamna Lady Panda, I don't like you. I don't like you. And but anyway, congratulations. You speak perfect English, the language of your oppressor. when you like. I don't know when you are oppressed. Anyway, so here is it, mama or Koshla again. At least mama naledi panda. Let me tell you. Here's the thing. Arabs genocided black Africans out of North Africa. The whole North Africa belonged to us. The kingdoms of Kush and Dex, those are kingdoms we come from. Your Arabs, the so-called Palestinians, genocided without mercy blacks. We survived and even forgot our history. Sakhohlwa nokuthi siwukush, sakhohlwa ukuthi siwu-Egypt, sakhohlwa ukuthi siwu-Sheba. Okay, uSheba akazange akhohlwe because Ethiopian Christians are the ones who saved us. All right, not anybody else. Otherwise, the Arabs were conquering and wiping blacks out of the face of the earth. The Arabs that you are crying for. They wiped out even Jewish people, by the way. They were wiping out even whites. It is Poland which blocked those Arabs. Otherwise, the very white people who took over the racism and hatreds of the Arab people and made it their own and became like Arabs. Before white people became genocidal maniacs that they are today, Arabs were worse than what white people are today, right? Okay, well, there's white liberals. Okay, those ones are a class of their own. They are worse than anything I've seen so far on earth. Yeah, they are like Arabs, white liberals, and they are genocide on earth. But all I'm saying is this, Banbenkosi, ukuthi ama-Arab akho-ke naledi panda, they have been genociding black Africans out of the face of this earth forever. Actually, as blacks are dying even in Ethiopia right now, I haven't seen your tears. As blacks were being murdered by al-Bashir, whom your ANC allowed into this country, we did not see videos of all those deaths. You understand? So when Arabs are killing us, it is okay. And you know what? The Arabs have killed millions of black Africans in the passing 50 years, right? Now, you are crying for Palestinians, but I have not seen tears of crying for black Africans. Black Africans, when they die, we even lose tears of black African presidents and governments. They are crying for Palestinians. They never cry for us. Instead, they're fighting for Arabs. They're fighting for Somalians to be on our streets. On our streets, our money, black money, is feeding Somalians, therefore Islam and Arabs, to be killing our blacks as they are blacks right now. And you are crying for Palestinians. I have a problem. Really, I've got a problem. Self-hate is the worst crime against humanity. I am appalled by black socialists and their partial tears. You guys do belong to... Okay, let me cut out that part. You're evil. Thank you.